Hello, in today's video I shall be talking about Nissan GTR Black Edition wheels. The 6-spoke design is what we essentially refer to as the Black Edition, or you might hear it called the Track Edition wheel. This video is being made for illustration purposes only, so the accuracy as to when you start calling it a Black Edition wheel, when you stop doing that, and when you start calling it a Track Edition wheel might be a little fuzzy, but I just wanted to talk about the detail of it. So if you're looking at this, you'll see that yes, all of them do have 6 spokes, but there are differences in the way the wheels look. And I'll make it easy for you. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't call it fake, but fabricated or refurbished, modified. These two are original factory wheels from Nissan. And the original Black Edition wheel, as we know it, has the silver lip around it. And I like the detail. I like how well the transition was done. It's just a haze over there. All right, so this is what the Black Edition wheel looks like as we know it. Switch over to this side. At a quick glance, it might look like it's the same thing, but not really. This one here looks like it had its lip machined. And look at the smooth transitions over here. Well, ignoring the car brush, of course. Look at the smooth edges and look at the angular cuts over here, right? And then the other thing you'll notice is that looking at it from the top or from the front, you can barely see any black over the edge. Versus here, it looks like there is some black. So I was looking at this trying to figure out what happened here. Did they have that wheel and do they have car brush, which you can kind of see here, and they try to clean it up, or what exactly happened to this wheel? How did we end up in this situation? Because at first I was looking at it trying to say, well, if it was a matter of just cleaning up that wheel, then this should not have any black over the top. The more you machine it, it should disappear lower and lower, right? So I'm not really sure what happened here, but there's your wheel. So we call them GTR Black Edition wheels, and for the most part they're considered black. The real color is actually different. Let me pull my other phone to see if I can. I don't have the phone, but I'll insert the real names into the video while editing. This wheel here is what we call the Track Edition, or what the Black Edition ended up having over the years. And if you look at it, it actually has some blue in it. Look at that. Has some flake in it. It's pretty, I like the color. This one here looks like it does have very little blue, if at all. If at all. I'd say this is a truer black with the silver lip. This has a little bit of blue to it. And the challenge that we face sometimes is refurbished wheels. You look at them and they're not really any one of those two colors, right? So here's one of them. Well, obviously you can kind of see the paint flaking, so that's a giveaway right there. But when I bought this, it still had the tires on, and I was looking at it and I said, hey man, I'm sorry, I can't pay your premium for these wheels because they have been repainted, and unless I can find a way to match them perfectly, someone else who has done a refurbished set exactly like yours, it's going to be hard to get the quality that I like to put out. So looking at this, I could tell because of how indistinct the lettering is over here. Look at this, all right? Versus this, it looks a little, look at that, the forged, it's not as clearly marked out as the original wheel is. So there's that. I saw some orange peel. If you look at it at certain angles, you can see that. And then when I looked at it on the back, I could see some paint overspray. They did a good job. They did not paint over the mating surface, which usually gets people. But I just looking at it, and I've handled enough wheels that I could tell that this paint quality is a little different. It's not exactly what factory is. And here, just compare to this. Yes, you can see a little bit of paint over the edges, but I feel like it was more uniformly done, in my opinion. And then again, just looking at this, how dull it is. Usually when people do refurbishments, you know, you spray with all that nice finishing coat all over, so I could tell that this one was. And then also in the back, original wheels usually have, let's match this to this hole there, a paint mark that lets you know this is the where the valve stem would be. This one here, this one's been repainted as well, but they saved it. So sometimes that's not the only thing to go by. I was looking at the inside of that one, I could see the gold undertones, just trying to understand what all went on over here. They did not touch the barrel, so good job on this one here. This one here did touch the barrel, which usually happens. You know, you can see how, yeah, look at that. So, what's this video about? Obsessing about different shades of black, maybe, if that's what you'd like to look at it as. This was a different set. This did not come from the same set. And as I was telling the guy that sold me the wheels, it's hard for me to build up a set of blacks that look just right. This one here, when they went to remove the tire, it started flaking. I have another one that's flaking as well, but it's kind of the challenge that we run into. Original paint holds up pretty well. Powder coated wheels hold up pretty well. It's just that when you paint them, I know it's cheaper, it gets the thing going, you can get them out the door quick, but for someone who's selling wheels, I can't have that as my mark of quality. So these wheels are going to the powder coater to get sandblasted and then recoated with a different color. And that includes this one here as well. Is this yeah, this is a front wheel. I don't know the story on this one, but boy, seems like it's got quite a history. Then I'm doing rears. I'll be doing a set of all rears, so that's what we're starting with right now. This one here, it's still it's okay. So I've not been too motivated to refurbish it yet, in that it passes, you know. Could probably pass as a spare, but maybe it will join the rank of the other wheels that are going to the powder coater as well. For now, let me work on that. Okay, well, hope this video helps in one way or another if you're looking at stuff. And yeah, maybe don't get scammed out there. It's okay if you buy refurbished wheels knowing what you're buying, but the original paint quality or original color on these wheels, it's so expensive to try, and we don't even try to match it. It's just tough. As you can see, the black is not really any of the factory color if you care about that. And number two, how do you get that transition right, you know? That's always a challenging part. We've talked about other ideas like two-tone colors, you know, in here, but I don't know how we'll actually execute that.